I think we're live
Are
on
we
your
live?
page and on my page.
There we go. We're live.
So, hello, whoever comes on here tonight. We are live from Houston.
Still haven't escaped the Magic City yet.
But he just came home from Dallas, drove the 4 hours to get here, and we're going to go ahead and do this, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So we titled this, Your Prayers Can Be Hindered. What can your prayers be hindered by?
Concerning
Hi, Christine.
the whole issue with marriage, one thing that was pretty interesting is that some revelatory insight for some of the things we'll get into. God Himself demands the same treatment from the man to his wife as He is towards the church. This is the reflection in the covenant and why the demand is the highest of all human relationships. Marriage is the physical model of the spiritual relationship between Christ and the church. It is also the manifestation of the dichotomy of God, when they are complementary and cover each other. And that means, where one's weak, the other one's strong. By their strengths,
man, his wife,
yeah, by their strengths, yielding to one another in a harmony of body and of soul and spirit, where that balance basically is like the totality of what of the character of God. It usually takes. It's not something that happens overnight.
Todd Summers joined.
Yeah, Todd, amen. Yeah, Todd was sick. Todd's been out for a couple of days. You haven't missed anything, Todd, except for another browbeating, but, that's another subject.
Oh, he works with you?
Yeah, I feel sorry for
anybody who works with
anybody that comes in there with us. I feel bad. Because I'm like, oh, man, it's just like...
So what's the gist of what you just read?
The whole thing about the revelation, about the insight, is that the whole demands is that the treatment between the two. I mean, it's imperative. That,
between a husband and wife?
Yeah, you get that? Okay.
Well, you're using some indefinite pronouns.
Well,
I got to make sure people know who you're talking about.
Because, it's their subject, right? That's what we're supposed to be talking
about. The two, you might say husband and wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. English teacher. I'm not really.
Yeah, so she says.
I just like English a lot.
Anyway, it's that whole balance, the way that things are supposed to be in harmony. A lot of people don't realize the level of intimacy, the level of far beyond any other human relationships, and the whole purpose and the intent.
Clint Lee joined.
Oh wow! The whole purpose and intent was to make things to mirror basically the nature and like that of God Himself. Because in God, if you read a lot of things out of the Old Testament, in Him is both male and female. When man was first made, he was self-contained. He was just as God was. But in His form, that's where God started. He wasn't finished yet. He was just getting started.
He said it wasn't good for man to be alone.
So the whole issue with the rib and all, if you search it deep enough, again, as there is with any other translation, from one language to another, there's a lot of things that are lost.
I've got
Go ahead.
The Hebrew neged for how Eve was to be the helper suitable for Adam. And the picture here is of two people standing together to experience success in life and fight off a common enemy.
Yeah.
So the author here, Linda Heidler, says, I think of two warriors standing back to back so that neither of them has a blind spot or a weak side. That's the biblical picture of a helper suitable.
Yes.
The full concept of the helper suitable is that the woman is one of a pair that works together like a right hand and a left hand. She is the one best suited to stand with you in resisting the enemy. The helper suitable God brought to Adam was not created, I like this part, to wash his clothes and fix his meals. She was created to come to his aid in battle. She would make the difference in him overcoming the enemy or being overcome. People think of that helpmate thing as like housekeeper. But that's why I know you don't. But a lot of people do. Hi, Vanessa!
That's crazy.
Thanks for joining. Hey, y'all. Hey back, Clint. So I think that is really a good thing to have the proper understanding of what that means by helper suitable, helpmate, helper suitable. And then here's another little further explanation of that concept. A woman has the responsibility and the authority to set the order of her home. She is to watch over it as a gatekeeper with the authority to decide what will or will not be permitted in the home. She is the gatekeeper, and her home is the temple.